Today we're going to be looking at a few fantastic fragrances that will announce your presence as soon as you walk into a room. And so with these, we're kind of looking for that projection. A lot of times when it comes to beast mode scents, you can look at a few different characteristics, whether it be longevity, projection, or scent trail, And for me, I usually prefer scent trail, and I'll take that over like projection distance. However, everybody has their own preferences. So if you really like that strong, overreaching projection where as soon as you walk into a room, the scent is radiating so far that it gets people's attention, these are going to work great for you. We're just going to go over a few to keep it quick and concise and kind of help prevent, information overload, because there are a lot of fragrances out there that you could choose for a topic like this. And also, something I think is really important, I'm trying to keep it on the more affordable side of things as well. When it comes down to it, there are so many niche and indie and very, very expensive scents that could be in a video like this, because oftentimes when you start to really step up your budget, your price range, and you're spending multiple hundreds of dollars per bottle on some of these, exclusive, luxurious niche products, a lot of those do have really, really good performance. And you would hope so. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Tons of beast mode niche out there. Not everybody has that budget though. So we're sticking with designers or very affordable niche, as you'll see in a minute. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll get things kicked off with 1 million ELIXIR. The flankers are going to continue until the end of time. And so this is going to be one of the newer ones. I believe like 1 million something Oud was launched for this year. Have not gotten it yet. But this is 1 million ELIXIR. I believe it was last year's release. It's got vanilla, tonka bean, and apple. So you're still getting a lot of sweetness. The vanilla, tonka bean, and apple combination is very common. It's been done a ton of times. That kind of looks a little bit similar to Eros, However, this doesn't really smell like Eros. It has some of the 1 million characteristics to it, just with a little bit of a twist. You're getting a little bit of a fruity kick, a little bit of a creamy sweetness, and in the base and the dry down, you start to pick up on some more woods, which kind of tip it over into the more masculine sector a little bit. Now, keep in mind, it is still sweet. This is the new style of men's scent, but it does kind of, kick back to the original 1 million a little bit. Just doesn't have the same type of cinnamon spiciness, I guess. I do really like this one, though. It's actually one of my more favorite flankers. More favorite, I don't think that's a proper combination there, but it is one of the better ones to me. Now, nothing is going to replace 1 million Privé. That is just one of their best works in general. 1 million Lucky, also really good. Those are fantastic. They're hard to beat, but with what they're producing now, I really like 1 million ELIXIR, and it's a great performer. Next up, we have Fahrenheit Le Parfum by DIOR. So this has, of course, the violet leaf, but among that, you have some vanilla in here, some rum, a little bit of suede. And essentially, this kind of plays off of the original Fahrenheit DNA, the violet leaf, kind of fresh, ozonic, masculine, woody smell, and it adds some sweetness to it. I guess you could kind of look at this as a nighttime flanker. They could have gotten away with calling this one Fahrenheit. It's something to do with evening. There's Wanted by Night by AZZARO. This could be some sort of evening variant for the original Fahrenheit, which I see as more of a daytime spring scent, maybe even early fall. Could be worn year round, of course. This one just takes it up a notch. And so if you like boozy scents, you like sweeter scents, and you like the original Fahrenheit, this is going to be a must-have. It is beautiful, and I would take this over the original Fahrenheit any day. I think this one's a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit more deep, has more going on, a little bit more complex, and it holds up great in the cooler times of the year, which is fast approaching. Also, it has great performance. This is the type of thing that will get you noticed as soon as you step into a room, and because it has that original familiar DNA to some with a twist, it's still going to turn heads and kind of have people wondering what that is. Next up, AZZARO, the most wanted Parfum version. So you could have put in Wanted by Night like I was just talking about. You could put in the most wanted, but personally for me, in terms of my favorites, the most wanted Parfum is up there. You know, Wanted by Night is still at the very top of the list, but this one comes in at a very close second. So this one has some ginger, bourbon vanilla, some woody notes. That's all they give us, and that's fine. I can work with that, right? Because you do pick up on all three of those. Now, yeah, there's going to be more. You pick up on a tonka bean, maybe a little bit of an amberwood. One thing that you don't get a ton of is the lemon and kind of fruitiness, the fruity lemon, bubblegummy sweet variety that you get in the original Wanted and even Wanted by Night. That's absent here. And instead, what you pick up on off the top is a very fizzy, almost grape cola ginger type of smell. Very interesting, very unique. It sets this one apart. The bourbon vanilla is interesting because it does kind of provide a little touch of a alcohol or boozy smell as you get into the mid and dry down, along with, of course, the vanilla note itself, and then just some general woods. They don't specify, but a cedar or sandalwood package is something that you would pick up on for sure, and pretty standard. I find this to be interesting. I find it to be unique. I find it to be very fun to wear at the end of the day. The wearing experience behind this one is very pleasant, has great performance as well. So next up we have a niche product, but this one is essentially designer priced. 120 ml usually goes for right around $100, maybe $102 or something on discounters. So it's a great price, and that pretty much goes for the entire brand. From MANCERA, it's Tonka Cola. Absolutely love this stuff. Now this is a 2-ounce bottle. You can get the full size 120 mLs for just a touch over $100, not this little size here. So it works out to be a great price per mil. And again, it's at the same price or sometimes cheaper than some other designers out there at discounters and retail. So very, very low barrier to entry for MANCERA, and it's a great starting point for niche. And like I said, just recently, DIOR 120 ml boxed full presentation came in stock for $58, or maybe it was testers actually. I think it was testers with cap, my bad, for $58. That is a crazy, crazy low price, cheaper than a lot of designers. So this brand is a great place to start if you are wanting to get into niche, and Tonka Cola is one that's very unique, has a little bit of a fizziness as well, and they kind of play off of a similar Roja Enigma type of thing, but it is a lot different than Enigma. I only use that as kind of a place marker to tell you what kind of vein or what similarity it could be kind of reference to, but then they take it and do their own thing with it. Just like DIOR compared to Aventus. Yeah, there might be a few minute differences, but they go in entirely different directions. Same thing here. So if you want something that's going to be bubbly, fizzy, sweet, woody, masculine, and beast mode crazy strong, check out Tonka Cola. Next up we have SPICEBOMB Extreme. Pretty easy one to throw in the video. It's one that has always been very strong, been known for its good performance. Tobacco, vanilla, black pepper. It's playing off that SPICEBOMB DNA, but a little bit more grown up. I've always described this one as you view SPICEBOMB EDT as a guy in his early 20s, late teens. And then SPICEBOMB Extreme is that same guy 10 years later. More grown up, a little bit more mature, maybe settled down, has a family, a career. That's kind of the progression that I feel like is representative of this flanker compared to the original. It's just a little bit more put together, more refined, more well thought out. And that's not to say the original is not any good, because I really like the original, but this one I would say is the better scent overall. I really think they could not have done a better job with SPICEBOMB Extreme, and it delivers on the performance big time. There's no issue there. Okay, let's go with a blue fragrance up next. It's SAUVAGE PARFUM. So this one does start to essentially kick off the narrative to venture away from SAUVAGE a little bit. So of course we had the EDT and very cool spray and the eau de parfum, right? Fantastic. Very much focusing heavily on the pepper, the ambroxan, the citrus. They're amazing, right? I love the SAUVAGE DNA. The Parfum took that and just did things a little bit differently. They kind of threw in some more woods. They backed off on the pepper, spiciness, and the citrus. They still keep the ambroxan, but again, just a woodier focus and a little bit of a kind of a sweeter base. as well, and I really like it. There's some olibanum in here. It smells amazing. I think Sauvage Parfum is good, and I do believe that it is underrated compared to a lot of others out there. Definitely one worth trying. And from Sauvage Parfum, they leaped over to ELIXIR, which goes even further away from the Sauvage DNA, even more mature. If you don't want to go that far, Sauvage Parfum is kind of a nice middle ground. You're not going to be smelling like every other dude wearing Sauvage EDT or EDP, but you're not going to smell, maybe out of date, or maybe, you just don't like Sauvage ELIXIR. This is a nice one to have with great performance at a true Parfum concentration. Last up, FERRAGAMO UOMO, the original one here. It's all about the tiramisu, the tonka bean, the vanilla, the sweet notes, all of that stuff. It's gourmand, a little bit chocolatey, has kind of a coffee touch to it as well. This stuff is great. It's every bit of, $50 on discounters, $49, $50, somewhere around in there. You can get testers and save a bit of money there. It's a great pickup for something that ultimately is different. It's a little bit more interesting. It's kind of exciting, very playful, very sweet. You got to be aware of that, but it does have great performance and it works well when it's cold outside. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. There's a few fragrances that will get people's attention as soon as you step into a room. I'll link them all down below. If you want to get first dibs, first access to some of the best fragrance deals you can possibly think of, get on my mailing list and texting list at the link and number down below. MANCERA for $58 comes in stock. You're the first to know about it, and it does sell out quick. Anytime DIOR Homme Parfum or Bleu Electrique comes into stock, same deal. And even new designers like YSL myself just came into stock for about $50 below retail. You guys were first dibs, the mailing list and texting list. That's another thing that sells out quick. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.